All right, week 3 of prep, 18 weeks out, and I guess it's still pretty boring. No changes again. So my nutrition and workouts are, again, like last week, still the same. And I guess that's the cool part of having a coach, because I don't have to think about that part myself. I think if it were me, I'd be feeling like, oh, if I'm in prep, I really need to go super hardcore on things. I'd probably cut a lot of calories too fast, or do all this crazy extra cardio. But it looks like right now that's not necessary, and so I'm really excited about it. Still seeing some pretty consistent results in terms of just being able to cut some more fat and maintain muscle. So again, no big changes this week, and I'm very happy about that, because the next few weeks are going to be crazier just in terms of life, personal stuff that's going on. So I'm excited to just have another normal week of just doing the things that I've been practicing, like meal prepping and tracking food and doing my workouts. So yeah, nice uneventful week 3. So my workouts were nothing too different from my previous weeks. I did F45 on Monday for some cardio. I also did the dance class just for fun. If I haven't mentioned it before, I dance purely for enjoyment. I don't have like training or any like aspirations. I just think it's really fun. So that's what these classes are. I just like to dance. And then Tuesday, I stuck to just one pole class. Again, still just being aware of that lower back problem that I had last week, and I went to see the sports massage therapist for. And so I actually also scheduled an appointment with a physical therapist for this week, and just to see what other weakness I had. So I think that all helped a lot with just with my plan, with giving me a plan to help like prevent injury and to give me exercises to strengthen my weaker areas. Wednesday was another cardio heavy F45 class. On Thursday, I had another dance class for fun. And then I did the first of the 3 strength training workouts that my coach gives me every week. So Friday was another F45 day. I went 3 days this week just because I feel like I haven't been going that much recently, and I just want to make sure I'm using my membership and seeing some friends, because it is a source of social interactions for me here. I went to the gym to do my second strength training workout, and it was so right when I left to go to the gym, it was like started crazy downpour rain. It only lasted like 15 minutes, but it was enough to get my soak me entirely, even with an umbrella, and my shoes and socks were squishing and wet, and my gym doesn't have towels. So this is so embarrassing. I wrung out my socks in the sink, the bathroom sink, and kind of tried to shake up my shoes. And then I just continued my workout. And I had a friend later who said like, oh, I would just go home right out, like if that happened to me. And I guess it just didn't feel like an option. I had already decided that this is when I was gonna work out. My schedule was already planned around this time because I had plans right after. And so yeah, I'm sure a lot of you out there can identify. You just have to do what you gotta do. And so got the workout in. You see my phone is still smudgy from being in the rain. So that's a nice a nice lighting effect going on in my video evidence of my workout. Saturday was a rest day, and then Sunday I just did the third of my coach's strength training workout. So not a crazy week at all. Really try to focus on more rolling. So I'm starting to roll more intentionally, like directly before and after a workout. Before, my habit was kind of just waiting to the end of the day when I'm trying to get ready for bed. Like maybe I'll do some stretches in the living room and roll out a little bit. But a lot of times by the end of the day, if I'm trying to make it to my 11:30 bedtime, I feel like I don't have time to do that anymore. So now I've been doing it like before and after a workout, and I think that's really helped a lot. So I'm gonna try to keep that up from now on. So I went to see a physical therapist this week because I had kind of tweaked my back the week before, and this is an injury that I think has been coming up. I think it's been kind of happening for years. Sometimes it happens like really seriously, and then I can't move or walk for like a week, and that's really like mentally draining. And the other times it'll be like last week where it just be like a little tweak, and then I feel really stiff and trying to stretch it and roll it out. And I think there's some underlying weaknesses there. And so I went to see a physical therapist, and he basically diagnosed that I have probably a weaker core on my left side because it's usually around my left lower back. And so he gave me some exercises to kind of work on that from a breathing angle. And but the interesting part of my interaction with the physical therapist was he asked about my normal routines and like what do I do in a week, and I was explaining like basically what I just described before, like my workout summary for the week. And he was like, oh, you work out too much, like you're not an athlete, so you don't need to work out that much. You're a mom, you have to take care of kids, and that's already taxing on your body, so you should like dial back. And I don't know if this was maybe a cultural thing, because or maybe it's also cultural on my end to feel defensive, because I think I do identify as an athlete. I'm by no means a professional. I'm not an elite athlete. I'm not going to win any awards in any of these sports that I participate in, but I've been active and taking my fitness seriously ever since I, went to college, basically. And so, yeah, it didn't feel good for him to tell me that I'm not an athlete, when I feel like that's a big part of my personal identity, especially like my rock climbing years. Like it took up, oh my gosh, that took up so much time and training and mental like capacity, I think, just always thinking about climbs and training and rehab and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just in my mind, I'm just curious. I'm wondering because in Taiwan traditionally, like women just don't, and even men too, I think they didn't really have like an exercise culture. When I used to come when I was younger, or even in 2016, like it felt like there were fewer people out running in the parks, also because it's like crazy hot in the summers. But there just it seemed like there were fewer people running or going to gyms, or there just didn't seem to be as many options. Nowadays, it's definitely changed. There's a ton of gyms, a lot of yoga studios, Pilates studios, healthy bento boxes everywhere. Like fitness seems to be just more prevalent than before in years past. So yeah, part of me is just wondering, like, is he just trying to just be kind of traditional and just saying that, like, yeah, you're not an athlete, you're already doing enough. Like you're doing more than probably an average woman of your age would normally do. So take it easy or something. Or I might just be reading a little too much into it and just getting butthurt about it. But the takeaway, I do understand the point he was getting, is that you also need rest and you can't overdo it. So if you only have a certain capacity to do so much and you keep overloading it, then something's going to crack and something's going to break. And so I do understand from that standpoint where he was getting at. And so I'm definitely trying to think more about giving myself time to rest and to listen to my body and to, be proactive in things that will help with recovery. So I will do that. And to be honest, I thought when I started this prep journey that I would be at the gym like 7 days a week, lifting in the morning, lifting in the evening. And so the fact that I'm only doing that like really 3 times a week and then just filling in with my extracurriculars, just stuff that I like, I think just seems pretty like a pretty light load. So anyways, just wanted to get that off my chest because it just bothered me a little. And I also, this is probably a topic maybe for a different kind of vlog, but I don't like identifying myself as just a mother either. Yes, I am a mom and it does take up a huge part of my time and who I am and what I do, but I feel that I'm so much more than that. And I had kids pretty late in life. I had my first at 37, and I had him after not being sure if I wanted to have kids for after being married for 13 years. So I really just it's not something that naturally was part of my personality and something that I wanted. And I had to think a lot about it because I didn't want to just have my whole being consumed with being a mom and having to feel like, no, I can't do the things that I love. I can't pursue my own personal goals because I'm a mom. So maybe he just hit some little trigger points that I just which probably didn't really mean anything, but I've spent a lot of time thinking and agonizing over those kinds of things in the past. So anyways, just thought I'd share. Here's some 2 cute pictures of my baby girl getting distracted by me trying to take my progress pictures. So she kept running into the camera shop. She's a cutie. So progress pics for this week. So probably again still not too much different. I think I'll start adding in the whole flow, or maybe I'll do that this week. So I'll start adding in the pictures from the beginning. Maybe then it'll be cooler to see each week. I hope to see that stomach shrink down. Because I've never had flat abs before. And from my in-body this week, so it's as I predicted from last week, the really low body fat from last week was kind of a flaky, fluky number. So it's gone back up, but it's still lower than it was 2 weeks before. So again, still I think on a good track there in general in terms of my in-body scan. Again, I do this I try to take one every Monday at my gym. So that was week 3. I have some travel coming up to Vietnam, and I'm also starting a new job soon. So I think the next couple weeks are going to be pretty hectic and maybe a little different. So we'll see what that brings. Can't wait to see what happens in week 4. And that is all.